Are you the one everyone counts on? The capable one at work, the responsible, the strong one at home, the friend who always has the answers. But inside, you're running on shame and caffeine. I know that look because I lived it. I was a parentified child raised by a violent alcoholic where my survival depended on doing and fixing and looking out for danger. Later in life, I became a high-functioning workaholic because for me, being useful was the only way to feel safe. If you feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, it's not because you're a martyr or because you chose it. It's because your system learned early on, just like my system, that you had to over-function just to survive. Over-functioning and taking responsibility became your survival script, survival strategy, your habit of rescuing partners, supporting everyone else, and burning yourself out. It's an old safety script that's still running your life in 2026. When your early environment is chaotic, maybe neglectful, your nervous system skips the learning to rest phase, where there is no pressure and demand. Instead, it wires itself for constant scanning. You become an expert at reading everyone else's needs while ignoring your own. It looks like success and responsibility on the outside, but on the inside, it feels like a never-ending to-do list. The caretaking role that screams, if you are not doing enough, you're not safe. If you recognize this over-functioning loop, you pick partners and friends who need rescuing. You feel a physical itch if you sit still for more than 5 minutes. You're the fixer at work, even when it's not your job. You're in a cycle of habitual burnout, but you tell yourself you just have a lot on your plate. I raised my first child in that survival state nervous system. I knew all the right things to do, all the responsible things to do, but my body was always on guard. And I was paying the price physically. Then I raised my second child with a regulated nervous system. The difference wasn't what I knew. I had the same books, the same knowledge, the same advice. The difference was how my body responded. I stopped fixing everything. I stopped problem solving constantly. And I started actually connecting, something that was not available for me prior. I wasn't just parenting, I was present. And that shift only happened when I addressed the core signal, the survival loop of my nervous system, not the symptoms. Your nervous system is a circuit. If it's been jammed with decades of survival pressure, parentification, a breathing exercise, a somatic exercise isn't going to clear it. In conversational hypnosis, we dive past the fixer mind. We go straight to the background communication, the part of you that's still trying to look after your parents, even though they aren't there. We clear the leaves in the gutter so you can finally stop over-functioning and just start being. Imagine what it feels like to sit with your kids and not have your mind checking everything, checking the kitchen or looping on work. Imagine being useful because you want to be, not because you have to be to survive. You don't have to keep carrying the weight of the world. You can learn to be yourself. You can be the version of yourself that connects, relaxes, enjoys, rather than just solves problems. I want to know, do you feel like your value is tied to how much you do for others? Does the idea of stopping feel genuinely dangerous to you? Drop a yes in the comment if you are a fellow overfunctioner. Let's start naming these survival scripts together. And if you're ready to trade the burnout for true connection, send me a DM.